Hey, game! Do you want me to play you? Oh, okay then, that's a little bit of a hit to my self-esteem. Anyways, hey, what's up you guys? My name's Kitsubaka and welcome back to my channel. That was a stupid skit at the beginning, let's not talk about it. Anyways, this is called No Thank You, or should I say no, comma thingy, thank you, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, that's how it goes. Alright, so, to be honest, I don't know a single goddamn thing about this game. I just found it randomly, and just like, oh, this is a yaoi game, I might as well play it. It's a Small World is the name of this first chapter. Oh, never mind, this is the chapter 0. I'm way ahead of the program. Someone is crying in the Okay, listen here. This was the same thing that was happening when I played Dramatical Murder. Stop speaking to me. I don't know how to it messes with me. I wonder who it is. This busted brain of mine always forgets these kind of things right away. I gently stroke the head of the person sobbing in my lap. Someone's crying in my lap. Okay, that's intense. What's going on here? You must be in pain, you must be suffering, you must be terrified. I wish I could ease the pain, but there's nothing I can do. There's nothing here, and I don't know when that heavy door will open. It could be 10 minutes or a month from now, for all I know. I have to prioritize my own survival. Though, there are times when I think a quick death might be preferable. My death won't change anything, not even for the person crying right now. They might be used to someone else instead, but their ultimate destination remains the same. That said, I think dying would probably simplify a lot of things. I guess the reason I don't just end it all is because I don't want to suffer, and given the option, I want to live after all. I may have a piece of junk that just forgets everything for a brain, but I do have a few pleasant memories left. The glittering surface of a pool, my hands and mouth covered with flour from eating bean daifuku. I probably messed that the fuck up, so you know what? You'll let me know, probably. The corn on the cob that the neighbor lady had given me. Fortunately, I always forget about bad things first, so I've never thought of living as something painful. At the very least, I don't remember the pain. For that's why I think something good is bound to happen to me someday. I just keep on living. I just hope I don't forget it. Maybe there isn't anything but darkness ahead of me, but I'll forget it in no time anyway, so I'll manage somehow. So that's why I've decided that my survival always comes first, no matter what I have to sacrifice. I have to make that old man understand that the result will always be the same. If I don't, I'll just have to go through this all over again. This is where Grandpa runs his experiments. The heartless old man created this place to test and understand human beings who are similar to him yet different. He earns money satisfying the desires of the rich, kidnapping people, dealing drugs and weapons, and furnishing all manner of other amusements. He observes it all and documents all of it, and devises new experiments. How do people live and how do they die? This is such a fucking deep game. I didn't sign up for this. How do people live and how do they die? How far will they fall and how far can they claw their way back up? Dude, this is messed. How physical pain tolerance varies between people, lust versus logic, love versus ego, the influence of the environment of human development. I might as well make myself sound like I'm fucking like, you know, preaching or some shit. That old man has spent decades doing this to satisfy his curiosity about humans. Money is merely a tool to satiate that desire. I'm turning Irish or Scottish now, one of the two. Somehow, I understand what he's thinking. I do share half of his DNA. Maybe that's why I'm not like other people. Grandpa seems to find me especially interesting because I'm more like him than other humans. Yes, distinct, different. He puts me through his type of experiment numerous times. Grandpa is already pretty much done with his experiments about the human body, so his objective now is to dissect me as an individual. How much mental stress can I endure? Unlike him, am I capable of love? And how important is that to me? Preach! How similar are we and how different are we? I always try to give him clear answers. I can love people and animals. I can feel sentimental about things. But ultimately, I always put my own life first. It doesn't matter if it's between me and a young child or the partner I'd survived a decade with. I've always made the same choice. Grandpa doesn't need to devise new experiments to test that. Once he's done investigating me, I'll probably be disposed of somehow. But whatever happens, happens. There's nothing I can do about it. When he dies, it's curtains for me. Anyways, he'll probably kick the bucket in the next oh my god, in the next decade. Regardless, that just got dark as fuck. I may have worked my way up from the property to low-ranking staff, but no one's going to want to use a broken kid who's related to the former boss. But I'm going to live until that day comes. I will survive. And that survival will cost many lives, but that's precisely why I don't want to have any regrets. But if someday I find something I value more than my own life, if that happens, I won't hesitate. If that ever happens on the day
そろそろ着きます。
We will be arriving shortly, someone says. Some random dude in a car. Thank you, my dude. A familiar voice wakes me. I guess I was dreaming. You know what? You weren't even fucking dreaming. You were like fucking preaching, man. You were not even dreaming. The scenery outside looks unfamiliar. Well, I rarely get to go out, so there isn't much scenery I'm familiar with in the first place. But, oh, right, I remember. I'm on my way to investigate that drug that's being used at the headquarters a lot lately. Just like the headquarters, it doesn't have a formal name. People call it the Melt, or M, because of how it makes you feel. I need to investigate the person making it, the method of its manufacture, and ensure that ultimately HQ can produce it. Okay, good, I remembered it right. My time limit is this summer. As long as I achieve my objective in the end, I'm basically free to do whatever I want. This is my first summer vacation I've ever had, and is probably my last. I'm glad Grandpa is so capricious, or whatever the fuck that said. First, I'm going to get in contact with the man thought to be most closely related to the drug, according to the pre-investigation. I forget his name. The story goes like this. His son was kidnapped by the HQ, and he's been searching for him ever since. He started producing MELT to earn the funds to support his efforts. I'm saying MELT on the count that, it sounds more drug-like. It's pretty ironic. The thing he's producing to find his son is fattening the wallets of the people who kidnapped him in the first place, and those same people are going to steal that from him too. Well, I still don't know if it's going to end up that way, though. I hope it doesn't have to. I'd rather not make someone who's already suffering suffer even more if I don't have to. At the very least, I'm going to do my best to resolve it without having to drag him back to the HQ. I'm going to see him tomorrow. I'm kind of excited to meet him and find out what he's like. I mean, that is why I volunteered for this job after all.
これさ、目立たないかな?
Oh my gosh. Is there a way to turn this off? Because whenever someone's talking, it messes me up. Are you sure these aren't going to make me stand out too much? What are those? You talking about your shirt or something like that? It looks pretty sick. The clothes I was supplied with for this outing are all brand new, no doubt. If anything were to happen to me, not a scrap of it could be traced back to HQ.
おろしたての服を着ることもあるで
People
しょ。
do wear new clothes sometimes. I didn't even know that. You guys wear new clothes? I fucking have this since I was I don't know. What's clothes? You can buy clothes? I thought you just stuck with the ones that you used to have. My throat is killing me. I'm talking too much.
でも全身
But
新
if
品だと
everything's
や
brand
っ
new,
ぱ覚
doesn't
えら
that
れや
make
すく
me
ない?
easier to remember? Okay, listen here. Stop talking. No. It might be fine if it was just in one area, but I feel like everything on my body is a little too... Oh, look, I can click on some stuff. Whatever the flick this is. Yeah, okay, cool. But I feel like everything on my body is a little too identical. But maybe that's how it is supposed to be in the real world. Most of my knowledge about the outside world comes from watching TV and movies and reading books and comics in my free time at HQ or while I'm working out. Sounds so boring, dude. I hate you. Life for you. Though, in police shows and novels, they do say that eye-catching clothing actually draws attention. The clothes and not the wearer. I don't really want people to remember I was there in the first place.
そうですね。対応します。
You may have a point. I will take care of it. I'm just gonna let them speak, and then I'm gonna fucking talk. Yeah, I'll just let Neri, Mia, you know what, I'm gonna call him Neri, or what, you know what, I don't care, we're gonna call him Mia. Mia, handle it. I have about 3 months starting today. I hope I have a fun summer vacation. Dude, we're not gonna have a fun summer vacation. You see, no thank you. We're not gonna have a fun summer vacation. It says no thank you. We don't want a summer vacation.
漂白剤の匂いがする。
It smells like chlorine. That's something you say on a daily basis. It reminds me of splashing around in the pool as a kid. I circle the room, giving the thoroughly cleaned interior a once over. Nothing is out of the order, and I don't feel uneasy. Everything is going as planned so far. I check to make sure I have my things. My only belongings are my wallet and my cell phone. I only have a little cash in my wallet, the 12,725 yen. I'm gonna round that shit up because screw that shit. I don't use those pennies. Well, yenis. I don't know what a Japanese 1 cent would be in Canadian. You know what? I don't know anymore. It doesn't have any space for cards, so I don't have a driver's license or any membership cards in it. There isn't any identifying information on my phone either. On the off chance that this location is discovered, it won't be a problem. Shouldn't be. I'll make one last check in the front of the mirror. I had dried my hair and quickly tied it up after I took a shower. It's probably going to start getting hotter, so I should probably cut it a little. But I probably shouldn't go too short because of my bald spot. I'm wearing a slightly worn out t-shirt and some faded jeans, nothing special. I lift the hem of the shirt to my nose. It smells like bleach. I had opted for a belt clip for my phone, since I hate not having my hands free and bags just get in the way. I slip my wallet into my back pocket and look up at the clock on the wall. My appointment is at 1400th hour. I'd better get going. I go into the entryway, put on my sneakers, and leave. Whoops, I'd better lock the door. Yeah, you don't want to not lock the door. I grab the key in the entryway, close the door, and lock it. Maybe I should put the key back in my other pocket? Yeah, maybe you probably should. I'd chosen a pair of sneaker sandals because I don't like wearing socks. Flip-flops are hard to move in, and wearing sneakers with bare feet just feels gross. Damn fucking right it does. I hate doing that. I spent about 2 hours walking around in them yesterday. They were really uncomfortable and didn't give me blisters. Oh, very comfortable and didn't give me blisters, I think is what it says. I run down the stairs as a bit of a warm-up. That was loud. Yeah, not bad. It's not too hot out. Apparently the temperature is going to spike tomorrow, though. The wind is pretty refreshing, but the air is wet and sticky because it's been raining the past few days. But you know, the clear blue sky is pretty nice. I start walking toward the location. I had the directions memorized. I'm yawning. Why? So tense to me. Oh, it's a little ways away, but I might as well take a stroll. Where are we strolling to? ... After about 30 minutes of walking, the location comes in the view along with my target. Target confirmed. Initiating contact. Stop talking for me. Honestly, I try announcing it like in a movie or a TV show. I'm not wearing a mic, so I'm not actually talking to anyone, but it's kind of exciting. Why not have some fun with it? What does this say? Can I click on that? No, thank you. I'll click on it, I guess. I think that's what it wanted. I don't know. Why did it do that? I'm just gonna save real quick because I'm a little bit confused on why it did that. But how the fuck do you save in this game? Hang on a second. This happens to me a lot when I sense danger. I've become more, you know what? I don't even want to pronounce that. I don't even know how to fucking do that. You know what? Fuck it. I don't care. I glance in the direction of the noise and catch a car drifting into the intersection just as its nose pointed towards me. The driver, a seedy-looking man in his 20s, doesn't seem particularly disturbed. He has a firm grip on the wheel and glares straight ahead. The car finishes its turn and looks like it's going to head this way. The driver's intense gaze made his target obvious. He's aiming at me, but why? What the fuck's going on? But why? Doing things that could get me run over by cars is something. I've got a lot more experience with it, but this style of an approach is unfamiliar. As the scene advances frame by frame, thoughts flash through the back of my mind. In situations like this, if I don't process looking and thinking and moving separately, I won't make it in time. What am I doing? I understand the target is a few paces ahead of me, a blurry and broad figure. The man in front of me notices the car and stops to look at it, but he hasn't noticed where the car is headed yet. He finally realizes it, but it doesn't look like he'll be able to avoid it so easily. The pedestrians in the area are a bit flustered and there is some commotion, but they make no attempt to escape. Instead, they just watch the situation unfold. What a peaceful country this is, isn't it? Very fucking peaceful. Maybe this is fate or something. I can't argue with that. I drop my center of gravity and gather my strength. He looks about 1.5 times my weight, maybe. It seems like he had a martial arts training, so he's probably pretty stable on his feet. Probably. Look at him. He looks like he can fucking snap me in half, honestly. I'm not really sure I can knock him over, but there's no time to hesitate. I have to concentrate. The man realizes what's going on. A wave of tension runs through his body and his muscles respond to in unison. His reflexes and intuition aren't half bad. But he's huge and his massive form begins to respond to the approaching threat. His balance falters. Now. I knocked him over or something like that? Huh? No way, that's not fair. What the fuck happened? I'm confused. The driver turns the wheel and steps on the brake, but he was either startled by me jumping out in front of him, or he was going after the man I'd knocked out of the way. I waited until the last second, too. How could he react so fast? If he'd kept going straight ahead, he'd have missed me. Oh, it's getting kinda dark. Hey, yeah, something there. No, I can't. This is kinda not what I was expecting. Did I get hit? Did I get hit by a car? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Intro song. Hello, person. Hello, other person. Hello, third person. Okay, this is interesting. Hello, 4 people? Okay, there's 4 people in this. Okay, I get it. This is catchy as hell. I actually like this song. I don't know. I really like this instrumental. I'm jamming out to this shit. I'm jamming out to it. This is pretty fucking good, if you ask me. Damn, it's a good-ass song. I'm just enjoying this right now. You guys can enjoy it too. I fucking love it. It sounds amazing. You can't see me, but I'm headbanging right now. This is good. Okay, that's enough of it. Let's just skip this. June was almost over, so summer was just starting in the earnest. It was 5 o'clock, the sky was still blue, and it was easily almost 90 degrees out. They said or 90 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm pretty sure is what they're going on by here, because if that was Celsius, I'd be burning to death, honestly. They said on the news that some people died of heat stroke the other day. Damn, that's dark as hell. Though, personally, the heat doesn't really bother me. Not the hot sun baking my skin, or the occasional warm breeze, or even the heat radiating off the asphalt that I can feel through my shoes. I'd even say it feels nice or strangely exciting. The sky's so clear and blue even in the middle of the city. The contrast between the gleaming sun shining down on the dark buildings was so dazzling and beautiful, like the city itself was sparkling. That said, I'm about as sweaty as you might expect after walking for 30 minutes. I took a shower before I left, but it's so hot that it only took about 5 minutes before I started sweating. I'm on my way to meet some people, so I should probably at least stop by the convenience store and buy a handkerchief or something. I had some money with me, 12,321 yen in a wallet, small enough to fit in my pocket. That's all I had on me, aside from the clothes on my back. Oh no, I did have one other thing, a map in my pocket. I took a bit of a detour, but it should be arriving at my destination shortly. I unfolded the paper just to double check. It looked like it was printed off some map website. It had a shop name and phone number written under the map along with the 17th hour below it, where the phrases "no sign" and "basement." He's such a nice old guy. Or maybe I just look pretty dumb. That's not really hard to believe. I followed the instructions on the map and went a little ways off the main road until I came to an old multi-story building. On the first floor, a local restaurant and bar. On the second, a Vietnamese restaurant. On the third, a darts bar. On the fourth, another restaurant and bar. On the fifth, a surf shop and a second-hand clothing store. On the sixth, a tropical fish shop. I poked my head into the big open dark space next to the hall where the elevator was. The contrast between the hall and the strong summer sun was so intense I couldn't see what was on the bottom of the stairs where the light didn't reach, but I'm pretty sure this is a place. I braced myself on the wall as I descended the stairs so I wouldn't slip in the dark stairwell. The stairs went down about 1 floor. The wall that was receiving the end of the spotlight, which wasn't on, a Spartanly adored with a metal plate. Written on the plate was a Sotano. There was a wall to my right and a dark metal door to my left. There was nothing written on the door, but when I pressed on it, it opened surprisingly smoothly. Oh, this looks pretty nice of a bar. Look, there's a piano there. I know how to play piano. Interesting. When I passed through the door, I'd be expecting to find freezing cold air conditioning, but I was surprised to find that the atmosphere inside was rather mild and there was a faint, nice aroma. Intense or lingering perfume, maybe? I wasn't cloying. It was so faint I couldn't have noticed it if I wasn't thinking about it. Hello, who are you? Hello, person. You're adorable. When I called out to the figure, I'd caught sight of a brown-haired man looked up from wiping down on a table. He looked around my age. They say first impressions are everything, so I'd better greet him properly. I'm the apprentice you'll be training starting today. Yeah, the owner mentioned that. What's your name? I have no idea. Well, that's interesting. He's surprised about that. I'm surprised about it too. Just as I was taking a breath to explain the situation to brown hair here, a familiar old man stepped out from the shadow by the shelves. Oh, you're here. Sorry for not picking you up. Hello, old man. That's your name, apparently. He said and disappeared into the shadows again. Hey, come out here for a sec. Sure, what are we seeing? No thank you. Boom, click on that. Boom. No thank you, I don't want to. Hello. Who are you guys? You guys look interesting. Brown hair and the two guys and the old man had called out from the back lined up in front of me.
よし、みんな
Good,
揃ったな。
everyone's here.
まずは、
First, I know
そう
we
だ
should
な。
introduce
こっちの
ourselves.
紹介を
Let's
先
start
にす
from
る
the
か。
tallest. Okay,
でかい方からでいいな。
that's one way to do it. Let's start from the tallest, going to the shortest. The old man said, standing next to a buff blonde guy who was even taller than he was. Okay, he looks a little bit spooky. He's definitely the chef, and he looks like he can probably break me in half and kill me with a meat cleaver. That is exactly what he looks like. His hair was a natural-looking color somewhere between gold, gray, and light brown. His skin had a reddish hue to it. A foreigner, I
こい
guess.
つはマキ。
This is
Master.
Maki. He's the head
要する
chef.
に
I
店長
knew
だ。
it. He was a head
普
chef,
段
and
は
he
調理
is
担
gonna
当だ。
kill me with a meat cleaver. That is exactly what's going on. He's your boss, genuinely. He's in charge of the food. I see, so he's the boss. He's about 6'4" inches. It's hard to tell through his loose clothes, but it looks like his tits. I hear what you mean, like his chest. Well, I guess that's a way to say it too. But he doesn't seem to have much fat on him, so the old man might have to have him beaten the department. Damn, he just roasted the shit out of him. He looks like he's in his early to mid-30s. He was looking at me blankly with his light-colored eyes. Yeah, he was quite looking at me blankly. It looks like he's looking into my soul. Honestly. It wasn't so much that he was suppressing his emotions. It was something more curious, like he had no expression at all to begin with, almost like a cat or a dog. I felt a little uncomfortable with him staring at me. But if he's the boss, I better so show
よろしくお願いします。
Nice to meet you. That's what that means. ... He's just looking at me. No reaction. Maybe he doesn't understand
悪いな。
Japanese. Sorry,
無口
he
なやつなん
doesn't
だ。
talk much. Apparently not. He's just staring at me with those eyes, and it's making me a little bit, a little bit scared, man. You know, I'm not even gonna admit it. I'm gonna admit it. It's a little bit scary. The old man put his hand on top of his faintly curly blonde hair and forced him to bow before moving on to the next person.
こっちはリュウだ。
This is Ryu.
Chief
He's the head
bartender.
bartender, is in charge of the front of the
店内の責任者で
shop. He
ピアノ
also
も
plays
弾く。
piano. So do I, Ryu. That means I'm gonna pick you, buddy, because I play piano. I don't play piano usually, but like I can play piano. I just don't like playing piano. I'm more of a synthesizer type of guy. Keyboard, you know, synth, keyboard, shit like that. You know it. Good on you, Ryu. It's good that you can play some good old piano. Good boy, yeah. This one was quite slender and a little shorter than the old man, but he was probably taller than me, probably about 5'11". He looks mid to late 20s. Basically, he's a handsome glasses type with an attractive face. Yeah, you can describe him as that. At first glance, he looks pretty thin, but while he doesn't have much fat on him, he's not exactly delicate. He looks like he's got a solid frame. His limbs are long and slender, and even his posture is beautiful. His mannerisms have an unpretentious elegance about them. He probably follows some sort of exercise or regiment. Just like the boss, he was looking at me with a blank expression as if trying to evaluate me, but there was no overbearing coldness to this guy. Well, if he's in charge of things around here, he must be really
よ
important,
ろしくお
right?
願いします。
Nice to meet you.
黒沢だ。
It's Kurosawa to you. Okay, Kurosawa, nice to meet you. Glasses gave a curt nod, avoiding the old man's compulsory bow.
こいつがひろゆき。
This is Hiroyuki.
お前
He's
と同
actually
じくらいの年
adorable.
だろうな。
You know what? I
Bartender
don't
だ。
know. Y'all let me know if I should go for Ryu or Hiroyuki first, because both of them are very attractive. Look how adorable he is. Ryu was very adorable too. Well, adorably hot. Fuck. He's a bartender. The last one has brown hair. Just as the old man said, he was about the same age and height as me, early 20s, about 5'9". He got just the right amount of muscle on him, and his complexion is perfect too. He looks delicious. That's a way to say
秋山
it.
です。よろしく。
Akiyama, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Brown hair said and bowed with a refreshing smile before I could open my mouth. He's one of those, isn't he? A nice person.
よろしく。
Nice to meet you. I held out my hand for just a second. He looked a little surprised, but then he smiled ear to ear and gave me a firm handshake. He's so cute. Yes, he
お前が一
is.
緒に
Tell me in the
働くことにな
comments
る
if I should
仲間
go
は
for
以上。
Ryu or Hiroyuki first.
問題は
Yeah,
お前
that's
だ
his
な。
name, right? Just let me know, because I will go for whichever one you choose. Now the problem is who you are. Yeah, just as the old man said, I am the problem. After the other three have introduced themselves, the old man stood next to
3
me.
日前か。
It was 3
俺が
days
惹か
ago,
れかけ
right?
た
I
話
told
と
you about
俺を
how
かば
I
って
was
惹かれた
nearly
や
run
つの
over
話
and
をした
someone
な。
protected me. This is the guy who
こいつ
saved
が
me,
俺を
but
助けてく
he
れた
put
男
his
なんだが。
hand on my head. It was big and heavy and warm. It wasn't a bad feeling, actually. It made me feel like I'm
どう
smiling.
も
It made me feel like
記
smiling.
憶がないらしくて
Apparently, he's
な。
lost his memory somehow. Oh, right. I have amnesia. That's right. That's a Call Me Kevin reference. If you know Call Me Kevin, you get the fucking joke. If you don't know Call Me Kevin, you should know Call Me Kevin because he's an amazing YouTuber. And he has amnesia. 3 days ago, I happened to be passing by as a car tried to hit the old man. I protected him getting hit and losing consciousness at the process. I was taken to the hospital in an ambulance. Apparently, when I woke up in the hospital, the old man and the police told me about it, but I really don't remember. I don't know my name or even where I live. The wallet I had didn't have any identification in it. I had a key, but wow, this is just going down the fucking hill. What it was for, and my cell phone was broken, so they couldn't identify me with that either.
そういうわけで、
So I'm taking
俺
care
が
of him
しば
for
ら
a
く預かるこ
while.
とにした。
He's such a kind old man, isn't he? Amazing. It seems like it wasn't long after I woke up and the old man found out I had amnesia. That's another reference, yes. Before then, he decided to take me in. He arranged housing for me and gave me some money for my immediate needs while I was getting checked over. And on top of that, he said he'd let me work at his bar as part of my rehabilitation. Interesting. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. He was looking into the possibility of getting any data off my broken cell phone, but apparently that didn't work. So he bought me a new phone yesterday. I forgot it immediately though. I spent 2 nights in a hospital before being discharged the day before yesterday. Then I bought some necessities and spent the night at the old man's apartment. And I spent yesterday in an apartment he'd set up for me, waiting for the things I'd purchased to arrive. I was bored out of my mind, so when he told me maybe you should take it easy for a while, I asked him to let me start working today. And here we are. He looks pretty well for someone who just got hit by a car, but is he really starting today? Are you sure he's okay? Brown hair looked at me with the concerned eyes. He really is such a nice guy. He really is such a nice guy. By the way, let me know in the comments if you want me to go for him or Ryu. It's 2 options. I don't like this dude. I'll do him in the end, but I don't like him. I don't like you, Maki. Nothing personal. I'm not into the big muscular ones. I'm just saying, man. I'm sorry.
ああ、
No offense.
怪我自体は擦り傷
Well,
程
he
度
got
だ
away
が、
with just some
頭
scrapes
にも異
and
常はないから、
bruises. His
記憶
head's
が飛ん
just
でるのは
fine, so they
事
say
故
the
のショッ
memory
クの一
loss
時
is
的なもの
probably
だろう
just a
って話
temporary
さ。
side effect of
割
the
とよくあ
accident.
ることだ
Apparently,
し、
it's pretty common.
捜索
Apparently,
願いの
it
ために
is.
は
Even
随
if
時
his
確
memories
認し
don't
てるか
return
ら、
immediately,
すぐに
stop
は
talking
状況が
over
わ
me!
からない。身元が
I'm
割れ
getting
るまでに
regular
そう時
missing
間はかから
persons
ないだろう。
report updates, so it shouldn't take too long to figure out who
まあ、
he is. Well,
俺
he
の
saved
命
my
の
life,
恩人
so
だ。
look out for him,
面倒見
alright?
てやってく
That's
れ。
all. He patted
以上。
me on the head as if concluding the conversation and then headed for the door he'd come in from. But then he turned back like he'd remembered something.
ああ、そう
Oh,
だ。
right. He doesn't have a
名前がない
name.
からな。
Give him
つけてやっ
one.
てくれ。
With that, he disappeared into the corridor.
名前ね。
Name, huh?
犬
You
猫
can't
みた
just
いな
pick
わけに
anything
は
like
いか
with
な
a
いしな。
dog or a cat, huh?
何がいい？
What do you want? Oh, he spoke, so he can speak Japanese. Wait, was he asking me?
俺？
Me?
そっか。
Yeah, maybe you should pick a name you
自分の好きな名
like.
前
You
の
might
方が
even
いいかも
remember
です
your
ね。
real name. Good point.
意外に
I'm
本
pretty
名
sure
が
that
思いついた
wasn't
り
what
す
the
るかも
boss
しれな
was
いし。
thinking, though. It seems like he just thinks it's annoying. But I'll go with that if Brown Hair wants to. A name like...
好きな名前。
What do I like? Even when I try to remember those things, my head is a fuzzy mess. Nothing comes
セーブした
to
ぞ。
mind right away. Quick save complete, thank you. Something I like.
豆大福。
Beef daifuki? That's bean daifuki. That's a way to name
Mameda.
myself. Bean. Huh. He shortened
い
it.
や、豆はない
No,
で
we
しょ。
can't call you Bean, you know? I
つうか、
wasn't asking
好
what
き
your
な食い
favorite
物の
food
話
was.
じゃないから。
Rejected. Then, oh,
Pool.
right. Pool.
プールもちょ
I
っ
don't
と。
know about pool. Are you sure you shouldn't
って
get
いう
some
か、
more rest?
やっ
Brown
ぱ
hair
まだ
gave
休
me
ん
a
でた方がいいん
compassionate
じゃねえ
look.
の？
But I'm pretty sure this isn't because I hit my head. I think I'm just always been thinking like
それ
this.
じゃ
Then
あ
what about corn on the Come on, man. You're just telling them stuff that you like.
長い。
Too long, definitely. too
そう
long.
いう問題なんすか。
That's what you're objecting to? Pretty much. I'm pretty sure that's the only thing you really have to object to. Crap, Brown Hair is getting frustrated. I better decide soon. Things I like. Pools, bean daifuku, and corn on the cob, and boobs. No. He'll just get mad if I say that. Butt would probably be one of the... If I say that, butt would probably be one of the question too. Oh, Eureka. That's
Natsu.
Natsu. That's a nice name. That might work, right? It sounds like a name.
ああ、
Oh, well, I
それな
guess
ら
that
まあ、
could work.
なんとか。
Natsu, huh? Or maybe Summer.
夏って
Yes,
か。
it's good, right? Isn't that a girl's name?
女の名
Oh,
前じゃないの。
is that a problem?
豆よりは
It's a
マシ
lot
でしょ。
better than Bean, though. Really?
っていうか、
Are you the one to
あんたがそ
talk?
れ。
You
なら
said
春
it.
でどう
Then
だ。
what about Habu?
似合
I
ってる
think
だ
it
ろ。
suits you since your
主に
head is
頭の
hollow.
中に。
Oh, wow. Fuck you, Ryu. I'm not going for you anymore. I'm just kidding. Still let me know in the comments if you want me to go for Ryu or Hiroyuki or whatever the fuck his name is. I don't remember. Brown Hair is his name right now, apparently. As far as I could tell, he wasn't even looking up from his work, let alone looking over at me when he spoke. Rude. But Habu, huh? Spring, my name. Yeah, I like it.
ありがとう。
Thank you. Glasses is his name. I thanked him, and Glasses glanced at me with a scowl before going back to polishing the piano.
いや、 褒めてないぞ。
He wasn't complimenting you. Brown Hair added, poured salt in the wound in an overly serious tone. Yeah, I think I get it. I guess Glasses here is one of those types. Or does he just hate me? One of the two. Haru it is then.
Hi.
Wasn't that my name in the beginning? And so my name was decided. Haru, my name, the person who named me. Glasses.
面倒を見てやる。
You handle him? The boss headed towards the entrance by the shelves that the old man had disappeared into. But Glasses spoke up before he could leave.
嫌です。
I will not. Fuck you, Glasses. You're a bitch. No, fuck you. I'll just go with Brown Hair, Glasses. Screw you, man. His response was pleasingly prompt. But the boss, ooh, he smacked him. Fuck yeah, get roasted, bitch. Head so smoothly, it almost seemed like he'd been anticipating hit response. It's your job. Damn, he said, and left. ... After Glasses watched the boss leave, he looked back at me. His glare was so cold he might as well have been looking at a pile of shit on the side of the road. No, his expression lacked the disgust you'd have towards shit. Maybe inconsequential garbage is more appropriate, I think is what, I don't know, what's it, APT, didn't it? I don't fucking know. But I don't mind, actually. I guess it gets me kinda fired up, or excited even. I'm gonna work hard. ... I waited for instruction with a smile as deep wrinkles formed on Glasses' face. How cute.
じゃあ、
I guess I'll start
とりあえ
teaching
ず
you
俺
some
が
things
一通
from
り教え
now
ときま
on.
すね。
Thanks, Brown Hair. I appreciate it. Brown Hair timidly broke the silence, sensing the tension between Glasses and me. Passing the buck, huh? I guess we know who got the short end of the stick. ... Glasses snorted as if the conclusion were only natural and left through a different exit. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be bored working here at all. Perfect. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of this episode here. Yeah, look, I left you out a cliffhanger. We don't know what's going on right now at all. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. This is a pretty interesting one. I'm pretty sure No Thank You came out in like 2013 or something like that. It's a while ago. That's all I know. As you can tell by the screen. I don't know why it's not full screen, but it didn't want to be full screen. It's only like a little bit of there. So we got some black sides, and it's fine, honestly. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video nevertheless, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Kitsubaka out. I'll see you in the next video. Adios, guys.